from just outside Tel Aviv University for the Nakba Day ceremony. Here I will show you what's going on in one moment. So the ceremony will start in around 20-25 minutes. This sign says ongoing Nakba, 1948. You can see a lot of people are gathered here already. This is by the Palestinian Students Association of Tel Aviv University. The ceremony is organized by them. And as you can see, we are locked in a cell, surrounded by police officers, as you can see, who are here to keep us in order, in line. And on the other side of the street, there is a Zionist counter protest. They want the Nakba to continue. We want the Nakba to stop. They want the genocide to continue. We want the genocide to stop. They want the ethnic cleansing to continue. We want the ethnic cleansing to stop. They want the colonialist Zionist project to continue. We want it to be dismantled. Hello everybody who joined this live session. Alec is also here. She is talking about how anyone here can come and say from which village they are. I think so I grew up in a place called Ra'anana. It was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village, but to my shame I do not remember the name of that Palestinian village. I will check it. Yes, I started the live. Alec, you want to say a few words to our audience?
It's good to be here. And for me it's like, especially now, like I just reading that Israel massacred 80 people just tonight. People that maybe could be from here. Maybe they could be from Sheikh Police, I don't know. And so I think this is one of the most significant events that we can take part in now. And you see all the police.
Yeah, look at the fucking police policing us.
Already waiting with their vehicles to arrest people, and a lot of them were shooting us, taking videos of us with a phone. And I think especially for the Palestinians, I don't know what it's going to be, what the consequence of doing this. I don't know. It's interesting to ask.
Okay, so I hope you can hear what we're saying over the music. It's really hard, but I'm going to continue showing you what's going on here. Awesome, good that you can hear us. The microphone is working well. Free Palestine! So this is the counter-protest, as I showed you. I'm not sure what they're planning on doing here. They might make some trouble. I don't know. So I want to speak a little bit about the place that I'm standing in right now. The place that I'm standing in is right outside. Oh, sorry. Is whoops. Sorry. Okay. The place that I'm standing in is right outside Tel Aviv University, and I personally spent a lot of time in Tel Aviv University. I did my first degree, bachelor's degree in math, and master's degree in math right here in Tel Aviv University. That's behind me. This is the main gate to Tel Aviv University behind me. I did my bachelor's and master's here. And what I didn't know at the time, what I wasn't aware of at the time, was the history of this place. So Tel Aviv University was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village called Shaykh Munais. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, probably not. But this is where Tel Aviv University was built. Oh, look, another slave owner and his dog Slave, and he uses his dog Slave to police everyone into complying with the Zionist project. Okay, so Tel Aviv University was built on the ruins of Shaykh Munais, and I spent like 10-15 years going to this place basically every day or every other day for hours. I spent a lot of time here, and to my shame, I was not aware of the history of this place. And the only time that I would hear this name of the village, in Hebrew they say Sheikh Munis. The only time that I would hear the name of this place was when I argued with right-wing people, with more extreme Zionists, who tried to expose my hypocrisy when I spoke up against the occupation and against the oppression of the Palestinians in the West Bank and in Gaza. They would say, but how hypocritical are you? Because you are also right now on the ruins of the Palestinian village Sheikh Munis. And I had all kinds of answers for them, that this is the past and we're talking about the present. There is present oppression of Palestinians in the West Bank and in Gaza. I would have all kinds of arguments, but at this point in my life, I tend to just agree with them that the person who I was, who is basically a Zionist leftist, a liberal Zionist, who opposes the occupation and opposes the aggressions in Gaza, was a hypocritical position. And this is why I changed my position. But I didn't change my position in the direction that they wanted me to change it in. I changed my position in the opposite direction. I say, yes, this is Palestine. The ground here is the ground of Palestine. And on top of Palestine, on top of the village called Sheikh Munis, Shaykh Munais, was built a place called Tel Aviv University. And it is very curious that they built a university here. Alec and I were speaking before we went live about how interesting it is that every single university in Israel was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village. I'm not sure that this is every single university, but at least Har HaTzofim, which is the campus in Jerusalem, was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village. Givat Ram, as well, was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village. I don't know about the universities in Haifa. I need to check this for sure, but I'm like 95% sure that it was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village. And I think this is no coincidence. I think that once you build a university, you can say, what do you want? We have a university here. We're not going to dismantle the university, right? So no right of return for the people who were expelled from this village. So this is one way that Zionism uses all kinds of stuff like universities, like academia, like government structures, like the military, like all kinds of tools to erase and to make it impossible to erase the history, the Palestinian history of this place, and to make it impossible to return back to what it was. But we don't want to fall for these tricks. We want to say things as they are, and the fact is that this place is called Al-Shaykh Munais. This village was founded in the 18th century. In the 18th century, almost 300 years ago, the village was founded. But in 1948, as part of the Nakba, the inhabitants of this village were expelled forcefully from their village. There are many more details to this story. Maybe I read about this in Wikipedia today to educate myself. I learned some new stuff, very interesting stuff, and I will tell you more later. But this is a fact, a historical fact, that the inhabitants of Al-Shaykh Munais were expelled forcefully in 1948 by the Israeli army, by Israeli settlers, by Jewish settlers, by settlers who were part of the Zionist colonial project, and on top of the ruins of their village was built this university, this beautiful university, Tel Aviv University, which also trains the soldiers of the Israeli army who develop weapons, and the workers of the high-tech industry in Israel who develop weapons. We will go into much more of this soon. But the ceremony is about to start, so I just want to stop talking now and show you the atmosphere and the people here.
تندلع الأنهار تندلع الأنهار تندلع الأنهار حجرا تندلع الأنهار تندلع الأنهار تندلع الأنهار.
So this sign, as I said, says ongoing Nakba 1948. Ongoing Nakba 1948. And this is the symbol of the key that many Palestinian families who were expelled saved the key to their house that they had to leave because of threats of death. And this is a symbol. This is a symbol to them being refugees and to them wanting the right of return to the place that they were born. So here is the very big police presence here. They are trying to scare us. They are trying to confine us to a certain area. They are trying to prevent us from having meaningful protest, but we will try to resist it as much as possible. And here is the counter protest of Zionists holding a bunch of Israeli flags. At this point, the Israeli flags are akin to Nazi flags with the swastika. This is what they're holding. This is a Nazi symbol that they're holding, a lot of Nazi symbols. Okay, so we're going to do a short interview. Imi? Okay, we're going to do an interview with one of the organizers of the protest. Elik, you want to do the interview? Hello, in English, okay?
Wow, no.
Okay, I will translate to English. You speak in Hebrew, and I will translate to English. Okay. Elik, you are the interviewer.
Maybe I have הרבה אנשים שדווקא מדברים אנגלית ממש טוב, אולי יותר קל. אולי אני אגיד משהו אחר? שנייה.
Okay, תודה רבה. Okay, so she's finding someone who speaks English, and then we will interview someone who speaks English well, one of the organizers of the ceremony, and יכול להיות, כן. אפשר. We have a lot of interesting people here. We can interview. We're going to try to do as many interviews as possible. No, I don't think it's a good idea to interview the cops.
What do they think about the ongoing Nakba?
Maybe we will interview some like random people going in the street, what they think about it, random students of Tel Aviv University. But there is an opportunity to interview a lot of interesting people here who are an integral part of the efforts to free Palestine. And okay, wonderful. Okay. Okay, so Elik, you conduct the interview. Hello. Hi, nice to meet you.
So we have podcast together with the two videos.
Please tell us if you can hear them. If not, maybe we will go a little bit further away from the music. Maybe let's go a little bit. This is all low tech. Okay. But come closer to the phone so that they can hear you. I will try to direct a little bit. Okay.
So what's your name? Siba. Okay, so
Hello, Siba.
You want to tell us a bit about what it's all about?
Today we are standing here, Palestinian students, like every year, against the injustice, the genocide that's ongoing in Gaza and the West Bank, and the attempt to silence us and erase our identity as Palestinians in the Israeli institutions, academic institutions.
And it was, I guess, especially now it was it harder, like, to organize it these days? Like, how did you get trouble doing this, or being afraid?
Can you guys please speak up, because the audience says that it's really hard to hear. Okay, please try to speak
I
up.
was not part of the organizing of this event, but every day we stand at 12 with signs, with me and a group of other Jewish activists and university. Of course, there's always fear, there's always attack of us by other people, passerby who don't agree with what we're doing. However, we will continue doing it because because we Palestinians have always been here, and we will always stay here, and we are stronger than them, and we will not surrender, and we will not subjugate to what the entity of this country, the majority, are trying to do to us and to our identity and to our beautiful heritage and beautiful culture.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for resisting.
Maybe one last question, because the ceremony is about to start, right?
Yeah. I want to, like, I grew up, I heard that the Nakba is something that happened in the past. And I learned that, like, the Nakba is an ongoing thing lately, especially now with the genocide. And I want, maybe you can explain the concept of the ongoing Nakba, that it's still something that we still need to...
Alex, speak up, shout. I'm sorry, it's really hard to hear.
I was talking about the concept of the ongoing Nakba, and I was hoping maybe you can explain it to the audience as well.
Yes.
About it.
The ongoing Nakba is the occupation that is still going on, the policies here in occupied Palestine to tell us that our lives matter less and our voices matter less. And as long as there's occupation and there's apartheid system that is made to benefit the government here, the Nakba is still ongoing. And until Palestine is free, no one is free.
Yes.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Resist Zionism. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
For talking to us.
Okay, so maybe the rest of the maybe the rest of the interviews we will do after the ceremony ends, because it's really hard to hear over the music. They put music to attract attention. So maybe we will do some more interviews after. As you saw, they put a kufia on Elik. A lot of people here are wearing kufias. I forgot mine at home. I was like, oh, I forgot it at home. But I still have this shirt, and I think it says enough. Okay.
على هذا النهار هن عم بيظهرونا انه ما نكونش كتار، بعض اصحابكم كمان كم دقيقه رح نبلش هون بنكون عدد كبير هون.
I think they are going to start the ceremony very, very soon. And during the ceremony, I think I will just show you what's going on. I will not speak too much. Maybe I will translate some stuff. No more than that.
كل اللي ما كانش معنا بالبداية قربوا على شكل الخارطة وحطوا بلون القرية اللي انتوا قربتوا منها. من هنا جذورنا وإليها سنعود. لكل اللي شاركونا أكثر متأخر تقدروا تقربوا على الخارطة وتحطوا بلون القرية أو المدينة اللي أصلكم منها.
I cannot translate Arabic, unfortunately, because I do not know Arabic, unfortunately. But if they speak in Hebrew, I will translate as much as I can. So, here is the map. Maybe I will try to show you some reactions from people. So as you see, they fenced off the entire area for security reasons. They fenced off the entire area and they won't let people walk by. They closed the main gate to the university. And I think that the main reason is so that people do not see what is going on here. I think you see, they did like a sterile area. They cleansed the area around this square. They cleansed it politically at this point, not ethnically but politically. They cleansed the area outside this square so that no one can see what is going on here. And okay, another slave, you can see. The police uses dog slaves and also horse slaves to oppress everyone in Palestine. Here, I can catch in one picture, I can catch 3 different non-human slaves that are being used to police occupied Palestine and to enforce the genocidal, colonial, apartheid, Zionist regime. And again, I show you, for those who didn't see, this is the counter. They are saying Nakba Zekharta, which means the Nakba is bullshit. That's what they're saying. The Nakba is bullshit. They say simultaneously, Zionists love to say simultaneously, that the Nakba didn't happen, and also that they want to do another Nakba. The most popular Zionist argument is it didn't happen, and it's good that it happened. And this is their argument. Yes, it's dangerous to speak up against Zionism within the Zionist cult. It's always dangerous. We do it anyway. For now, we didn't experience any too severe oppression and silencing, but we did experience some stuff. So, in their signs, they call Palestinians Nazis. How ironic that Zionists called Palestinians Nazis in their protests. Okay, let's go back to the actual protest that I want to show you, the Nakba Day ceremony, which is about to start. So you saw before. Hi everybody, I'm also doing this is some post-modern.
طالباتنا احنا 5 دقايق ورح نبدا بس نسكوا شلاتين معنا بالعربي والعبري حتى نبدا احياء الذكرى وتعالوا نتجمع على النص كلنا. Aviv מחברות סטודנטים וסטודנטיות בואו תחזקו את השלטים בערבית ובעברית ובואו באמצע אנחנו 5 דקות ומתחילים.
She says we're starting in 5 minutes. Please hold the signs. So before.
جماعة بس تعالوا على النص تعالوا نتجمع على النص.
Before you saw the map of Palestine where people used red, white, black and green paint to mark the villages where their families were expelled from.
جماعة أكثر على النص الجهة هاي تعالوا على النص.
So this sign says students against the genocide. Students against the genocide, and you see the wonderful watermelons.
الحق سلاحي وأقاوم أنا فوق جراحي سأقاوم لن أستسلم لن أرضى وعليك بلادي لأساوم الحق سلاحي وأقاوم أنا فوق جراحي سأقاوم لن أستسلم لن أرضى وعليك بلادي لأساوم بيتي هنا أرضي هنا بحر السلم النهر لنا وكيف بوجه النار أسالم سأقاوم الحق سلاحي وأقاوم فوق جراحي سأقاوم لن أستسلم لن أرضى وعليك بلادي لأساوم
Okay, so we have Yusuf Haddad here, the traitor to the Palestinian people. Here is the traitor, Yusuf Haddad, the traitor. He speaks up for the oppression of his own people, for the oppression of his own family. He is a genuine traitor. Yusuf Haddad, right here, the traitor, Yusuf Haddad. He is speaking the language of the occupier of his own people to justify the oppression of his own people. The traitor, Yusuf Haddad, getting paid by the Zionist regime to betray his own people, to betray justice, to betray equality, to betray freedom. He is being paid. Look at his suit, his expensive suit, bought and paid for by the Zionist regime, the traitor Yusuf Haddad, the traitor. This sign says they won't let me raise up a watermelon. They won't let me raise up a watermelon, so no watermelon. I'm sorry, my hands are shaking because I'm a little bit emotional. I hope you forgive me. They didn't technically ban watermelons, but if you hold up a watermelon, there is a chance that you will be arrested for like incitement and like incitement to violence and shit, bullshit like that. So it's dangerous to hold up a watermelon, but I'm wearing my watermelon t-shirt still, because I will not be silenced. You see here the key, the symbol of the key. The keys taken by the families expelled in the 1948 Nakba to prove their ownership of the houses that they were expelled from, that they want to return to, that they still want to return to. Yes, Itamar Greenberg is here. Maybe we will do an interview with him later. We will ask him if he wants to do it. Itamar Greenberg is a conscientious objector to serving in the Israeli army, the genocide army. He is also vegan. I would love to talk to him. We will ask him if he wants to talk later. Yesterday on Eurovision chat, they banned saying Free Palestine. Yeah, they ban expression against the system of oppression all the time. This is why we should continue saying them. This proves that our speech is powerful. If we do it directly, if we do it uncompromisingly, our speech is powerful. Please continue speaking. Yes, I took some, I called him a traitor. Yeah. Elik, do you know the symbol of the flower? What is the symbol of the flower?
The symbol of the flower, I'm not sure. Maybe we should ask. I know they're holding, like, it's the name of villages that's being...
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the symbol of the flower represents.
Yeah, I'm also not sure.
Okay, we will ask later. emotional. I cried a little bit before because I feel that this is a concentration of people who want freedom, who want justice, who want liberation for Palestine, and I feel honored to be surrounded by such people who are taking meaningful actions to liberate this land that I was born in. And I wish more people were for liberation more and more and more, because this is the only way to defeat the systems of oppression that control us, that limit our freedom, that take our lives, that make us miserable. This is the only way to beat them. To come together and to speak up very directly and uncompromisingly against the oppression, and to fight oppression any way that we can. Free Palestine. Resist Zionism, resist all oppression. Resist all oppression.
I'm wondering if they did as serious as we started to like taking so it would be like pictures of like hostages and stuff.
Just show him. Just show him. Maybe we'll argue with Yusuf Haddad later. This might go viral if we argue with him. So maybe we'll do it later. So the ceremony is not starting yet. So maybe I will use the opportunity to tell you that inside Tel Aviv University, which is already a sign of the Nakba, it's already a symbol of the Nakba. There are, the ceremony is starting, I will talk about it later. So what you're hearing now is the counter-protest of extreme Nazis, Zionists, who support the Nakba, who support the genocide, who want the genocide, apartheid, colonialism, and Nakba to continue and to happen even more. And they are objecting to the call here by the indigenous Palestinians to liberate this land and to stop all the violence and oppression in this land. He was talking about our hero soldiers who are defending the country that is committing genocide and ethnic cleansing. Here is the traitor Yusuf Haddad shouting again. The traitor Yusuf Haddad shouting again. He's speaking about the brave soldiers fighting for our country in Gaza. That is the Nazi soldiers committing genocide in Gaza. And he is saying that the professors here who are leftists and against our country are traitors and hypocritical and so forth and so on. One of the signs says, "Stop the Arab occupation of Eretz Israel." Just ridiculous bullshit. They're calling the Palestinians Nazis. Just ridiculous bullshit. They're saying that the Nakba is bullshit, which is completely wrong, of course.
نقف اليوم كما في كل عام في حضرة الذاكرة التي لا تموت، نحيي ذكرى 77 لإخاء شعبنا. ليس حدث مضى بل كجرح مفتوح وقواقع مستمر، من دير ياسين إلى جنين ومن اللب إلى خان يونس، من نكبة 1948 إلى مجازر غزة اليوم، حيث تتجلى أبشع صور الإبادة والاقتلاع والتهجير الجماعي. نكبتنا لم تكن لحظة عابرة بل مشروع استعماري ممنهج استهدف الأرض والإنسان ومضى يواصل جرائمه حتى اليوم بدعم دولي وصمت أخلاقي مدون. وفي وجه هذه الإبادة المستمرة لا نملك إلا التمسك بروايتنا، تلك الرواية التي يخشاها من يسعى لمحو الحقيقة. نحيي الذكرى لا لنندب الماضي بل لنجدد تمسكنا بالحق وعلى رأسه حق العودة. وفي وقت تتكثف فيه المحاولات.
If someone in our audience knows Arabic, maybe write down the gist of what she's saying because I don't know, I'm sorry.
كل جهود لإنهاء القضية الفلسطينية إلا أنها عادت من جديد لتكون الصوت الأعلى والأقوى لأحرار العالم في كل مكان، من أوروبا إلى أمريكا، من الجامعات إلى الميادين والشوارع والحارات. من هذا الموقع بالذات في جامعة تل أبيب المقامة على أنقاض قرية الشيخ مونس المهجرة نقول
Now she's speaking about how Tel Aviv University was built on the ruins of Sheikh Mounais.
هجرت عصابات الإركون أهلها قصرا وأقيمت على أنقاضها هذه الجامعة.
طلابنا طالباتنا، رفاقي رفيقاتي في النضال، باسم الحركة الطلابية وباسم جماهيرنا العربية الباقية في وطنها أبدا، على عهد يوم الأرض، على عهد العودة، على عهد أكتوبر 2000 وهبة أيار، نقف اليوم موحدين صفوفنا، نحمل ذاكرة شعب لا يهزم، ونجدد عهدنا بأننا باقون ما بقي الزعتر والزيتون. رأينا كيف أول هجمات الحكومة الإسرائيلية استهدفت فئة الطلاب بإصدارهم أكثر من 160 محضر للامتثال للجان الطاعة لطلابنا وطالباتنا، والهدف أساسي محاولة سلخنا عن وجع شعبنا ومحاولة ترهيبنا. وهنا من جامعة تل أبيب نقول بصوت عال وواضح ولا تأتأ أننا جزء لا يتجزأ من شعبنا الفلسطيني، لا نخاف ولا نهاب من نحكي كلمة الحق. فمين يفكر إنه بده يسكتنا وبده يحضرنا وبده يخرجنا على القانون؟ إحنا بنقول له فشلتوا. نستحضر وجوه أجدادنا، نستمع لقصصهم التي لم تكتب لكنها ما زالت تعيش فينا، نرفع ألوان علمنا المزروعة في الورود، في الفواكه، في الأرض والذاكرة، نحملها مع أهلنا في الداخل الفلسطيني الذين يواجهون سياسات الهدم والتفطير والتمييز الممنهج والإجرام الممنهج. فنحن الطلاب طليعة جماهيرنا نؤكد على التزامنا بهموم مجتمعنا وقضايانا، ونقول أننا جزء لا يتجزأ من شعبنا الفلسطيني. ولن ننسلخ عن شعبنا، فلا المسافات ولا السياسات ولا الحواجز تفصلنا، لأن فلسطين مش بس تاريخ، إنها حاضر نحمله بصوتنا وجذور لا يمكن اقتلاعها.
المقاومة. نحن أبناء الأرض وحراس الرواية، لم نقلع، لم نغب ولم ننسى، لن تمروا ولن تسكتوا الحكاية ولن تطمسوا الذاكرة. نختم لا بالحزن بل بالعهد أن نرفع الصوت وتبقي الذاكرة حية. وسلام على من صمدوا، وسلام على من يكتبون الآن معنا فصل الحرية القادم. أنا ما عدت في وطني وما صغرت أكتافي، وقفت بوجه طلابي كثيرا عاريا حافي. סטודנטים וסטודנטיות, מרצים ומרצות, חברים במאבק. היום אנו מצטיינים 77 שנים להנכבה הפלסטינית של 1948.
We commemorate 77 years to the Palestinian Nakba of 1948. We have an uncompromising position against the genocide in Gaza. Settlers and soldiers attacking in the West Bank. We are against the Zionist project and the expulsion of the Palestinians from their land. I'm a third generation to the Nakba and I refuse to be silent. I will not forget the suffering and the theft of my grandparents. We demand historical recognition of the expulsion of the Palestinian people and the hostage problem. Otherwise, we cannot achieve peace and justice. Against the silencing of Palestinians and Jews opposed to the genocide, we will not be silent against the ongoing Nakba and destruction war. Anyone who tries to silence us, we have a clear answer in your fucking dreams. We students will continue telling the stories because we have no other possibility. The fear, the persecution, and the silencing will not prevent us from telling the truth.
بين أجداد في الطنطورة وأجداد في إزم، اجتمعت القصة في الجيل الثالث لا يهاب. ندعو الرفيقة فاطمة محسن لتروي علينا قصتها.
أيوب محسن دسوقي وكناعي، هي أسماء عائلتي من مختلف الأماكن في فلسطين التاريخية، في عالم موازي اللي فيه ما بعترتش إسرائيل قدري. كان لازم أكبر في إكزم، قرية عائلة أبوي، وكنت رح أقضي نهاية كل أسبوع عند رصيدي عقبال الشط في الطنطورة. كانت رح تكون جارتي من دار ماضي، وكان لازم أكون بنت الكرمل. صحيح إني كمان إسا بنت الكرمل وبنت الشط، بس الموضوع مركب أكتر بكتير من هيك. كله بلش من الجيل اللي بلشت فيه أشوف الفرق بين جدودي. واحد بيطلع على إكزام، وواحد بنزل بتمشى على شط الطنطورة كل صبحية، وأنا كنت أشاركهن التنين مشاويرهم. مش عارفة كيف بقدر أخرفكم هالخرافية، بس الأصح إني أحكيها مثل ما هي. سيدي يوسف هو ناجي من مجزرة الطنطورة. كان عمره 6 سنوات لما حصلت المجزرة، لما شاف كل اللي بحبهن عم يتم تمتع بقتلهن وسلب أرواحهن، واضطر كمان يدفن جزء من عيلته بإيده، عيلته اللي كلها مدفونة تحت الأنقاض تحت القرية. لليوم بيستعملوا المحل هذا كمصاف للسيارات للزوار لشطنا اللي غيروا اسمه وسموه شط دور. سيدي ما كانش من اللي بيحكوا قصة تهجيرهم، كان من اللي عاشوا المأساة بصمت بسكوت وبخوف. لحد جيل معين ما كنتش أفهم سبب إصراره على نزلة البحر كل يوم الصبح، لحد ما بيوم سيدي فتح تمه وحكى وقال إنه إذا عنده أمنية واحدة بالحياة هو إنه يتوفى على شط الطنطورة. ما كملش سيدي الأمنية، عرف إنه بيقدرش يتمنى، لأنه ما كانش يقدر يتمنى كمان
Jewish Israeli students watching Some of them
لأنه
soldiers in
بعرف
uniform
إنه
with
بينه وبين
weapons.
هاي الأمنية
Accomplices
في كثير
in
من
the
طبقات
genocide, as you can
الفتنة
see.
اللي محطوطة على هاي القبور. على الجهة الثانية في سيدي حسن. سيدي كان فلاح وكان يحب أرضه كثير. علمنا نحبها ونستمتع بانه نلقط كل شيء منها، زعتر، الخبازه، كل شيء على الارض الطيبه بتطلعوا منها. علمني كمان انه نبعتها مية عدن بالرغم من انه تهجر لعدة محلات.
We have some disturbances coming from outside, but I will continue filming the speech. It is more important.
ضل اسم إجزم جزء من حديثه اليومي، كان يمجدها لدرجة إذا كان حدا يحكي له من أحفاده إنه هو شاطر كان يحكي له عن جد إنك واحد جزماوي بفخر كتير كبير وابتسامة عريضة. على اختلاف السيناريوهات أجداد التنين شعروا بألم فقدان الأرض وسلب أرواح أحبائهم أمام أعينهم. إسرائيل ما سرقت الأرض وناسها بس، كمان سرقت منهن الأحلام اللي ما قدروا يحلموها وأمنياتهن اللي ما قدروا يتمنوها، سرقوا منهن معنى الحياة. بدي أرجع أكملكم قصة سيدي يوسف. سيدي الطنطوري، سيدي انتهت قصته بهذا العالم من 2 سنين، لكنها مكملة معي لليوم وللأبد. سيدي يوسف حققت أمنيته.
People outside are singing Hatikva, the national anthem of Israel, and they're doing it completely out of tune. Very fitting.
لأنه القدر قرر إنه يحقق له أمنيته الأخيرة. سيدي مات بسكتة قلبية على شط الطنطورة. بعد ما خلص تمشيته وتوفى سواها وشبع من جمال منظرها. ممكن قصة سيدي يوسف قصة حزينة، بس بالنسبة لي كحفيدة ما كنتش بتمنى له قدر أحسن من هيك، قدر تاني. ولد من الطنطورة وعاد إليها كيف كما تمنى. كيف أتمنى له شيء تاني وهو كان يغني كل الوقت للطنطورة؟ قلبي من حبك عبيت، غطي برموشي ونامي، مثل ترابك ما حبيت وعدم ماكي بتموني. ولأنه نحن الشعب الذي نحن عليه، أجداد 2 وصلوا لمكان ممكن يسمى بر أمان إلهم، قرية الفريديس. بس هاي مش نهاية قصتي. إسرائيل حاولت ولا تزال تحاول أن تمحو كل ما هو فلسطيني بطرقها الإجرامية اليوم، وبحرب الإبادة على أهلنا في غزة بعدها مكملة. زادت القصص كتير، زادت قصص التهجير كتير، أكثر من 70,000 قصة. من هون بدي أعاهد سيدي وبدي أعاهد شعبنا البطل الصامد في غزة إنه نحفظ قصصكم ونحكيها حتى نحفظ الذاكرة الجماعية تاعتنا ونكون جواب لأي محاولة لفصلنا عن شعبنا وعن قضيته وحقه بالعودة والتحرر. لأننا شعب أبي حر عنيد، وجدت في قصة تهجيرنا في قصة عائلتي قصة فلسطين. سيدي يوسف تحققت أمنيته وتوفي على الشاطئ في طنطورة كما تمنى، ووجدت النبع في إجزم، واليوم لقيت جزءا من الأجوبة ومن القصص ومن الأحلام. ولكن أنا بعرف إنه لسه الطريق كتير طويل، ولذلك عهدنا عهد الطلاب الفلسطينيين كما عهد جماهيرنا الباقية في وطنها أن نكمل هذا الطريق حتى آخره، حتى التحرر والعودة وإقامة الدولة الفلسطينية. عشان هيك بحب أهدي لك وكل حدا تاني سمعنا بيت شعر. إنا هنا باقون فلتشربوا البحر، نحرس ظل التين والزيتون ونزرع الأفكار كالخمير في العجين. برودة الجليد في أعصابنا وفي القلوب جهنم حمراء. إذا عطشنا نعصر الصخرة ونأكل التراب إذا جعنا ولا نرحل. هنا لنا ماض وحاضر ومستقبل.
جماعة احنا 77 سنة مستفزين بوجودنا، فتعالوا اليوم نبدأ نشال المنصة، تعالوا نكمل المراسيم كيف لازم. يحاولوا كانوا يستفزونا لأنه وجودنا هون مقاومة ونضال. ما يجرؤ إحياء الذكرى اليوم أكثر أهمية هو أنها تأتي بعد عام ونصف من نكبة غزة التي قتل فيها أجمل ما فينا. ندعو الرفيقة يارا لإلقاء شهادتها من غزة. مرحبا. في عام 2019 وقفت في مراسيم يوم النكبة تكريما وتمجيدا لذكرى أولئك الذين تم تهجيرهم، صلب أراضيهم وأسكتت أصواتهم. لم أكن أعرف عندك أنه بعد عدة سنوات قليلة سأقف هنا مجددا، وهذه المرة بينما نكتشف أمامنا إبادة جماعية في غزة. ما كنا نعتبره تاريخا أصبح حاضرا مؤلما لا يمكن تحمله. النكبة لن تنتهي. إنها مستمرة في مخيمات اللاجئين في غزة، وفي المستشفيات التي تعرضت للقصف، وفي الأطفال المجوعون، وفي ركام المنازل المدمرة. إنها تعيش في إنكار العلاج، وفي استخدام التصاريح كأداة سياسية، وفي محو أحياء بأكملها. وتستمر في أصوات مثل صوت مرام أبو شمالة شهيد، ابنة عمي من غزة، التي شاركتني بالميالي منذ أيام قليلة. عائلتي من بيت دراس. بعد النكبة بقي البعض في غزة، بينما غادر البعض الآخر باحثين عن حياة جديدة، ولن يرجع العديد منهم. عندي 6 أعمام، واحد في الأردن، واحد في العراق، واحد في سوريا. 2 عادة من ليبيا بعد مواجهة القيود المفروض على الفلسطينيين. خالتي مهدية فقدت زوجها في هذه الحرب الإبادة، توفى، استشهد بسبب مرض كان من الممكن علاجه لكن لم يتوفر دواء. ابنه فادي الذي كان يعاني من السرطان توفى، استشهد أثناء انتظار تصريح لعلاج الكيماوي. بعد استشهاده وصل التصريح بعد شهر من الموت وبعد الموعد المحدد. اليوم هم في حركة دائمة باحثات عن الأمان. جميع أعمامي إلا واحد ماتوا، استشهدوا في غزة، ولم تسنح لأحد منهم الفرصة للوداع. الناس لم يروا الفاكهة أو اللحوم منذ شهور. الطحين عندما يتوفر يكون فاسدا.
As I said, these are Israeli students and soldiers watching the commemoration of the Nakba that was perpetrated their grandparents, and it's still ongoing. They continue to participate in the ongoing Nakba, which culminated in the current genocide in Gaza and in the West Bank.
إنها شهادة حية. النكبة مستمرة، وهي مستمرة خلال أصوات مثل صوتي أنا حفيدة ليلى صد الغرابلة. الناجية أيضا هي من النكبة في يافا. هي ولدت في عام 1935، فرت مع إخوتها وفي 11 من عمرها تحت نيران القصف إلى نابلس. ما كان مفترض أن يكون هروبا لأسبوع أصبح 2 من الفراق، وعندما عادت لم تجد منزلها. في سن 11 كانت قد أصبحت علامة على مشروع الاستعمار الاستيطاني الصهيوني، التهجير والتطهير العرقي والمسح الممنهج. يافا التي كانت موطنا لأكثر من 70,000 فلسطيني عروس البحر تحولت إلى مجرد ظل من نفسها. اليوم يجبر أحفاد يافا وبيت دراس وغزة النزوح مرة أخرى، مجوعون مرة أخرى، يتعرضون للقصف مرة أخرى. النكبة ليست حدثا عابرا، إنها بنية سياسية وإنها نظام. على واجبنا ليس فقط أن نتذكر بل أيضا أن نتحدث، نوثق، نعارض ونعلي صوت كل من تم دفنهم تحت صمت الركام. اليوم في حزن، ومع الحزن والتحدي دعونا نكرم هذه الأصوات، دعونا نحتفظ بذاكرتهم، حقيقتهم، كرامتهم، ورفض السماح للعالم بالتجاهل. هذه هي النكبة، هذه هي الإبادة، ويجب أن تنتهي.
Let me show you some of the things going around here. So this is the counter protest. People holding Israeli flags, the flags of the occupation, oppression, and genocide. the Star of David, which is now akin to the swastika. They want the Nakba to continue, as I said. They want the genocide to continue, as I said. And these are the people protecting them. These are the people policing us. These are the people who are enforcing the Zionist occupation with non-human animal slaves. These young girls have been indoctrinated, policing us.
אני סולח המחול, בת של משפחה עקורה משני כפרים, בת הגליל.
I am the descendant of a family who was expelled from two villages in the Galilee.
אלבסה אימא שלי,
Al-Bassa village,
עם אבא שלי.
my mother.
וסיימתי בכפר יאסיף. בת הגליל לא משנה מה, אבל כן, אני פליטה במולדת שלי.
I am a refugee in my own homeland. I am a refugee in the Galilee, my own Galilee. I grew up when they asked me about my family name, and I couldn't explain my family history. It's too complicated. How to explain this? How do I explain this? I don't have a true home because I'm a refugee. I'm a refugee in Kafar Yasif. My Nakba is ongoing. It didn't just happen in 1948. It is my own Nakba. Everyone standing here has their own story. Right now, the fact that I have to convince a Palestinian student to not be afraid to speak up is the ongoing Nakba. This is the Nakba. The fact that I have to think 1,000 times before I speak to a lecturer who erases my history is the ongoing Nakba. My mother told me the story of my grandfather, who was expelled from his village and went to Lebanon. He returned 5.5 years later to Kafar Yasif. He was afraid of mice because when he had to escape, mice feasted on his face because he was afraid to speak up because the soldiers were outside. These are the stories now in Gaza. The hunger that my grandfather experienced, I thought these days would not return, but they did return, and we are witnessing them live. My family members were slaughtered in Lebanon, in Sabra and Shatila, by the Israeli army forces. I am carrying this pain. I am carrying this fear. But the fact that you are all here, the fact that we broke their attempt to suffocate us and every event is the reason that I have confidence to stand here and talk about this. We will not be silent. We will speak up loudly. We will tell what happened to our families. We will not be silent. I tell you thank you. To every Jew who refused to be drafted to the army, I tell you thank you. No solution is possible without the acknowledgement of the expulsion and the massacre.
إذا ما خفناش اليوم ما خفناش السنة مش راح نسمع يخوفونا. حقنا نحكي عن وجعنا. حقنا نحكي عن شعبنا. نخبتنا موجودة. وبحقنا احنا الطلاب احنا نقرا.
حكاية تتناقلها الأجيال. ومن يافا حيث بدأت الذاكرة ندعو الرفيق ناجي ليشاركنا شهادة من قلب الرواية.
When I see the side of this young woman who spoke and those douchebags sounding their horrible music, I know exactly which side I'm on. I know exactly which side I'm on. I'm on the side of the oppressed. Ew, using Queen, ew. Freddie Mercury would be very much against them. Very much against them. In any case, I know exactly which side I'm on. I'm on the side of the oppressed. I'm on the side of those demanding justice, demanding freedom.
I stand before you carrying the voice of someone who no longer has one. I am the great-grandson of Hajj Ismail Hussein Abu Shahada, may he rest in peace. Born in Tal el-Rish, Yafa, a neighborhood which was erased and no longer exists. The man who witnessed with his own eyes what no heart should bear and said, what happened in 48 cannot be told. But I will speak, because silence is no longer an option. My great-grandfather kept 2 photographs. One of himself at 25, smiling confidently in a city that never slept, Yafa. The other at 92, his face aged by time, yet his eyes still burdened with memory. Yafa, he said, wasn't just a city. It was alive, buzzing with energy, kindness, and labor. Garages, workshops, factories, and 11 tile plants, all thriving like a beehive. Palestine wasn't merely a homeland. It was the beating heart of the region's labor and dreams. With emotion in his voice, he told me, workers came from everywhere. Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Egypt, Morocco. They all found in Yafa a place to live, a place to dream. He joined the Palestinian casting company, not just a factory, but a school of life. He learned, he advanced. After 3 years, he reached the 3rd rank, then the 1st. By 22, he was building his future. Then came 1948 and everything stopped. He looked at me and said again, what happened in 48 cannot be told. Whatever I say would be a lie. I speak only of what I saw, not what I heard. He wasn't telling a story. He was opening a wound. He carried the homeland in his chest, and now he placed it in our hands. Then he spoke of his own father, my great-great-grandfather. In 1965, they came to uproot the orange groves and olive trees. He watched a tractor rip trees from the earth, wept like a child, then he collapsed and died. My great-grandfather said to me, he was over 90. His heart gave out, we rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. And with him, the trees he had planted died too. A part of the homeland died. I asked, they took the land, didn't they, Hajj? He replied, no, but the trees are still here. This is not a film. These are not lines from a play. This is the life of a man who lived his days in the arms of Yafa, only to be torn from him. And today, as his great-grandson, I say, his memory will not fade. His image will not disappear. And though his voice has softened, the echo of his words will never fall silent. From Yafa to memory to consciousness. What Yafa planted, memory watered, consciousness now bears.
أيها المارون بين الكلمات العابرة، احملوا أسماءكم وانصرفوا، واسحبوا ساعاتكم من وقتنا وانصرفوا، وخذوا ما شئتم من زرقة البحر ورمل الذاكرة، وخذوا ما شئتم من سعر كي تعرفوا أنكم لن تعرفوا كيف يبني حجر من أرضنا سقف السماء. طلابنا وطالباتنا، ختاما بدنا ننشد موطني مع بعض. عالمكشوف وعالمكشوف خلونا ما بدنا
Yes, Ofer Kasif, the member of the Israeli parliament, a member of Hadash party, is here. Thank you, Natu, for helping with translation. I really appreciate it, and we all appreciate it. Here is Yosef Haddad. This is the same as a Jewish person during the Holocaust holding a Nazi flag. They're forbidding me to talk to him. Who are you? Just a guy forbidding me to talk to him. So this is the same thing as a Jewish person in 1942 holding the Nazi flag with a swastika. The same kind of phenomenon. This is Yosef Haddad. I've been called capo many times in my life, but this guy, this is the real capo. This is the capo. I'm sorry that my hand is shaking. It was a little bit scary when they pushed me to not to stop me from talking about Yusuf Haddad.
في استفزازات داخل الجامعة، احنا مش رح ندخلها، مش رح نرد عليها، رح نكمل بيومنا عادي بدون حديث، خطوة بمجتمعات مع بعض.
So I think the ceremony is finished, and we will try to interview some people here about everything that we saw, everything that we experienced. Yusuf Haddad ran away. He is no longer here. But the Zionist protest is still happening. The police officers are still watching us, policing us as they do. The disgusting swastikas, stars of David, are still around us, unfortunately. Hopefully, we will abolish this symbol quickly as possible. Go vegan! טבעונות, למנוע את השואה. Okay, let's see if we can interview anyone. יש לנו רעיונות? We're trying to get some interviews. We're trying to talk to people. Okay, apparently people are leaving, so I'm trying to understand if we have to leave or Alec, can you find anyone to interview? It's a little bit messy here, so it's really hard to find people to talk to. And I'm a little bit, emotional now. I shed a few tears during this event. And we will try to find some people to talk to about what happened here. Let me see. Let me see if one of the speakers. Let's see if one of the speakers want to do an interview with us. I'm sorry for the poor quality here. I'm not a professional, movie maker, so it's really hard for me to do everything at once. But I will try. Okay, look, they're taking a picture together on the organizer. a lot of beautiful people who are against the oppression of the Palestinians by Zionism. I hope all of them learn quickly that there is more oppression on earth, the oppression of non-human animals. I hope they all learn quickly to oppose that oppression as well. That is the only criticism that I have about this. Okay, so I will tell a little bit about my own feelings. רוצה לעשות ראיון לערוץ אנטי-ציוני? לא, okay. Okay, I asked someone if they wanted to do an interview. Someone I know from the news, but never mind. They don't want to. I think it's really hard to find people who want to speak if they don't know exactly who they're speaking with and why. I tell very clearly that this is an anti-Zionist channel, but it's a little bit messy here, so it's a little bit difficult. I will ask someone. I will ask some people. Let's see who maybe wants to do an interview. Maybe one of the speakers would want to do an interview. I'm trying to find one of them. Okay. Elik, do we have people for interview? Do we have some people? Hi. אני אלון. Hi. Okay. Is it okay? We're live on YouTube. Is it okay? תדבר בעברית ואני אתרגם, אוקיי? אבל תדבר לאט שאני אוכל לתרגם. Okay, so what is your name? Saleh. Hi. Alon. Elik. And so I told Saleh that he will speak Hebrew because his English is not so good, and I will translate to English. Okay, Elik, you can conduct the interview.
אז אולי קצת סתם לספר על מה כל הטקס פה.
So Elik wants Saleh to tell about this ceremony, what it's about.
בעיקר הטקס היום הוא טקס הנכבה, טקס שמתקיים כבר 14 שנים.
This is a ceremony to commemorate the Nakba. It has been going on for 14 years.
בעיקר המטרה העיקרית להעביר את הסיפור של המשפחות שנעקרו ושהוגרו בעיקר ב-48. סטודנטים כאן, כל אחד יש לו סיפור.
This is the goal is to tell the stories of the people who were expelled in 1948. Each student who came to this ceremony has their own story.
וכל סטודנט כאן יש לו סיפור של המשפחה שלו, שכבר זה סיפור משפחתי, והוא בא כאן ומשתף את הסטודנטים ואת החברים וכולם, משתף בסיפור של המשפחה שלו.
So each student tells the story of their own family.
והאמירה השנייה, או בעיקר האמירה השנייה של הטקס הזה, היא קריאה לעצור את כל המלחמה והרצח בגזה, שבעיקר אנשים לא רחוקים כמה מטרים מכאן שהם חלק מהעם שלי ושל כולנו.
The other call is to stop the murder, the massacre, the oppression of the people in Gaza who are part of my people.
עוברים הרג ועוברים הרעבה מתוכננת, ויש כאן קריאה מהסטודנטים, כל הסטודנטים ומרצים לעצור את זה.
They are going through intentional and premeditated starvation and slaughter, and the call from the students and the professors who came here is to stop it completely and immediately.
האירוע הזה או הפעילות או הטקס הזה הוא מתקיים למרות כל המכשולים ששמים הרשויות או האוניברסיטה והמוסד.
This event is taking place in spite of all the obstacles and all the difficulties mounted on us by the university, by the establishment.
ואנחנו מדברים על תקופה לא קלה שעוברת על הסטודנטים הערבים באוניברסיטאות, מרדיפות, ועדות משמעת, ואנחנו מדברים על תקופה כל כך קשה לפעילות הפוליטית עם צמצום המרחב של חופש הביטוי ושל הזכות פעילות פוליטית והפגנה וכל זה.
We're going through a very difficult period of limitation of our freedom of speech. The Arab students here, their freedom of speech and their political freedom and their freedom of protest is being limited severely.
הפעילות הזאת גם, בנוסף לפעילות הזאת יש פעילות היה גם באוניברסיטות האחרות, אם זה באוניברסיטה העברית, היום בשעה 2 יש גם באוניברסיטת חיפה גם עוד טקס, ואנחנו, יש מסר ברור שאנחנו רוצים להגיד אותו בכל הטקסים האלה.
This kind of ceremony is happening in universities all around Israel, occupied Palestine, in the Hebrew University in Jerusalem and in Haifa University, and we have one clear message that we want to transmit.
שהמסר הוא בעיקר שלא יהיה שלום אלא להכיר בעוול ההיסטורי שקרה לעם הפלסטיני וכל מה שהיה אחרי גם 48 בכדי לתקן ולצאת למסעים של שלום ושל שוויון ושל דמוקרטיה וחופש ביטוי.
So our message is that peace, justice and equality cannot be reached if the historical wrong that was done to the Palestinian people will not be acknowledged and dealt with. We cannot go to the road of peace and justice without acknowledging the wrongs that were done in 1948 and ever since then.
אנחנו לא נפסיק לעבוד ולהפגין ולעשות פעילויות באוניברסיטאות אלא תסתיים המלחמה ויסתיים ההרג והרעבה בגזה ונשאר על זה, אנחנו עומדים על זה.
We will never stop protesting against the slaughter and the starvation in Gaza. We will continue to protest against the oppression of Palestinians. Thank you so much, Saleh. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Free Palestine, down with Zionism. Okay, amazing. Yalik, do you want to say a few things?
It was very emotional to be here. It felt like very meaningful, right?
Yes, I agree.
Very meaningful. It's interesting to sing the anthem, not to sing because I don't know it.
Yes, I don't know the lyrics either.
I don't know, and I don't like anthems. I'm like anti-nationalist person. But somehow this time I felt like in this context it's powerful. What can I say?
Yes, I agree. Maybe we can go into the university and show our viewers some stuff that
I think we also need to see how we get out of here safe.
Yeah. We need to get out of here safely. I will continue the live session, but now we are focusing on getting out of here because there's a lot of police officers here and they don't like us, to say the least. They have weapons and it's very, very scary. They do not want us to do what we're doing. I don't think that they will be directly violent towards me, but you never know. So it's something that we need to be mindful of. I lost Elik. Oh, these guys in the counter-protest, now they're singing Hatikva, the national anthem of the colony of Israel, formed on the ruins of occupied Palestine, and they are singing the national anthem of Israel completely out of tune, which I think is very, very fitting. Okay, so now I'm getting back to the university through the gate. Okay, there's some trouble here. Everything is very tense in these kinds of events because we are surrounded by a lot of police officers, by a lot of weapons, and they want to, protect the peace, but not the real peace. They want to prevent protest, and they want to police us. Okay, and this is always very scary because, like they police checkpoints to limit the freedom of Palestinians in the West Bank and in other places in Palestine, this is like a small checkpoint at the gate of the university, So everything that's happening within 48 lines is like maybe a softer version of what is going on in Gaza, which is a softer version of what is in the West Bank, which is a softer version of what is going on in Gaza. Oppression is everywhere in occupied Palestine. I don't know where Elik is, and this is making me a little bit worried. But what I want to do now, we've been going on for an hour and a half, and I have to say that I'm getting quite exhausted. But what we're going to do now, what I want to show you now is, so inside, okay, I started talking about this before. Tel Aviv University itself was formed on the ruins of a village called Sheikh Munais, which was ethnically cleansed in the 1948 Nakba. Okay, and this is what? Okay, some Zionist is telling jokes. What was I saying? Yes. So Tel Aviv University itself is a result and a symbol of the Nakba that happened in 1948. But I think that inside Tel Aviv University, there are even more cynical and obvious symbols of what happened in the Nakba and of the control of the Zionist regime on this area, on this land. And I want to show you some of them now. I want to show you something called the Bet Atfutzot, which is the Museum of Diaspora, of the Jewish diaspora. And one second. את רוצה להתראיין? רוצה להתראיין?
לא.
את רוצה להגיד לאליק שאני פה?
אני אכתוב.
שנייה אחת, אוקיי, תודה רבה. Okay, so Elik is looking for me, he didn't know where I went. One second.
אתה מחכה לאליק הרפז?
נכון.
וואלה, ומי אתה? פשוט שמעתי אותך אומר דברים מעניינים.
אני אלון, ויש לי ערוץ יוטיוב, ואני לייב בערוץ יוטיוב עכשיו.
אלון מה? שאני יודעת.
אלון ניסן כהן, היי.
זה ערוץ על שמך?
לערוץ קוראים The Hebrew Canaanites.
וואו, כן.
את רוצה להתראיין אולי לערוץ? על מה שעברנו עכשיו, על מה שראינו? Okay, so someone wants to do an interview. Okay, maybe I will, can I take your, okay. So what is your name, please? Galit is your name. Nice to meet you, Galit. And can you tell us about yourself a little bit and about the event and your feelings around the event, why you came, and everything you want to say?
So it's the second time I'm attending the Nakba memorial ceremony in Tel Aviv University. As usual, it was very moving, very powerful. It was very uplifting amid the genocide and rivers of blood that are spilled, that there are people who are still resisting and telling the truth about the genocide and the Nakba. And amidst, of course, the very noisy right-wing extreme right.
We just got an example. Someone walked beside us and made the spitting noise at us.
But our spirit and our voices were strong, and it was very important for me to be here.
So Galit, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your background, because maybe our viewers from around the world don't know immediately what your accent is. And
I'm an Israeli. I was born in Israel and I live in Israel, and I oppose the genocide, and I'm demonstrating against the genocide for almost a year and a half. And unfortunately, we are a minority here, a tiny minority, I think, of people who are really opposing the genocide strongly and firmly. I think it's the minimum we can do. It's our civic duty to protest and to support the Palestinians and to resist the genocide.
Okay, thank you so much, Galit.
Thank you.
Wonderful to
Thank
meet you.
Wonderful to meet you too.
Okay, and follow the Hebrew Canaanite, okay?
Definitely.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye, Galit. Okay, wonderful. We're doing some journalism here. I'm not a professional journalist, but I'm trying my best. And so, okay, I was starting to say that I want to show you even more severe symbols of the way that the Zionist project took over this land, the specific land of Sheikh Munais village, which was ethnically cleansed in 1948 during the Nakba. And one of those symbols is something that used to be called Bet Atfutzot, Diaspora House. This is like a museum for the Jewish diaspora. It is in the middle of Tel Aviv University. I will show it to you very, very soon. But what I want to tell you is that after October 7th, the name of this museum was changed to Anu, which means we, us, and it is now a museum of Jewish history. And I think this kind of thing was always part of Zionist propaganda. There is a coffee shop inside Diaspora House, which I used to attend all the time. Yes, I saw Elik. He's talking to other people, so I will continue the live. I used to go to this coffee shop inside the Diaspora House. I would ignore all the Jewish, things around me because I didn't care. And I was against this, but just because I'm against religion, I'm against, forcing religion down my throat, and I'm against forcing, Jewish history down my throat. Maybe I knew subconsciously that this was part of the propaganda, of the Zionist propaganda meant to keep me in line, but the conscious reason that I opposed to it was like, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I felt that it was like forced on me without asking. So I would go to the coffee shop and I would sit there and talk about math and study math and talk about philosophy or whatever. And to be honest, and to my shame, I didn't understand the political meaning of what I was doing fully. Now I understand it more. Now I understand that what I was doing was really collaborating with the Zionist project, at least to some extent, without my full knowledge. But now I want to go back to this building, to the building of Diaspora House, which changed its name to Anu, the Museum of the Jewish people, which is part of Zionist propaganda. And now I'm going to do it again as an act of resistance, as an act of rebellion. So before we went to the ceremony, Elik and I stopped and got some coffee at this coffee place because we wanted some coffee. But we saw like hundreds of children, like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old children who were taken here to the museum, to Diaspora House, the museum of the Jewish people, Anu. They were taken here to have their brains washed. They were taken here to show them all the persecution that the Jewish people suffered throughout all of history since the beginning of time, and every single second of the existence of the universe. The Jewish people have been persecuted severely, and then in 1948 the Jewish people got a state. This is what they explained to these still young children here, middle school, high school, I don't know exactly what age they are, but they have been taken to this place to Anu to the Museum of the Jewish people so that they can be fed this narrative that the Jewish people were persecuted ever since the beginning of time, and in 1948 we got a country that will protect us from further persecution. This is the narrative that is being reinforced and maintained in this building, in this so-called museum. And as you can see, there is a shop here. We got to make the dough. We got to make some money off of it to maintain the project. And of course, there is a wonderful presentation about October 7th, the continuation of the persecution of the Jewish people, the terrible days that the society and the state of Israel are experiencing in the wake of the shocking massacre of innocent civilians on October 7, 2023, require us all to rethink the stories that our museums tell and how we read our history, art, and culture. We sense that it will be impossible to return to our regular lives even when the war ends without remembering and constantly mentioning the events. Constantly mentioning the events. There are two parts to the exhibition. The first part in the lobby consists of works that voice the screams of the kidnapped and missing Israelis. The second part is displayed on the first floor. Okay, you want to see the presentation? Let's do it. Some real underground resistance activity. Let's see. Oh, very interesting. About the exhibition. What is this exhibition? Here, Bet Atfutzot. This is the former name of this museum. Ethiopian Jews. Oh, this is about the Ethiopian Jews. Oh, interesting. But this is not about October 7th. Okay, this is about the Ethiopian Jews. This is a whole different story. We will talk about it later. They were incorporated into the Zionist project to serve the Zionist project. But I want to find the October 7th exhibition. I want to find that. So I don't know exactly where it is. I'm going to try to find it. I can't find anything. What I will show you is the normalcy being maintained. Here is just a coffee shop. In this coffee shop, many students come here to sit, to drink coffee, to get some lunch or some snacks, so that they continue studying. They can continue studying about philosophy, about mathematics, about science, about morality on stolen Palestinian land, which, to my shame, I must say that I also did. But now I am wiser, now I am smarter, and here I am in the same building, only in a very different phase of my existence. There is another location that I want to show you that I came to realize existed only today when I read about Sheikh Munas on Wikipedia. And this is a very cynical thing. I will tell you about this place, but I don't know if I can find it easily. This place is called the Greenhouse. So the Greenhouse was built on the ruins of another greenhouse that belonged to one of the elders of the village. And in the 90s, so around 45 years after the village was ethnically cleansed, they demolished the house completely because of safety reasons, and they constructed a new house in the image of the previous house. Look at how cynical everything is. And the reason that the original house was green was that it was colored in green in the colors of Islam. Okay, so the new house was built in the same style, and it was also colored green. But now it serves as a clubhouse where the faculty of the university can sit and chat about, very intellectual things. They will discuss intellectually about mathematics, philosophy, morality, science, history. They will discuss very seriously all these issues, and they will discuss seriously whether the genocide should continue or not. Most of them will say that the genocide should continue. I'm trying to find this house because I never saw it. This is, by the way, the building of the science faculty, where I used to have a lot of my classes, both classes that I learned and classes that I taught. And this is a new building, by the way. This is a new building. This didn't exist when I was a student here. It's very, very new. It's called the Checkpoint building. Checkpoint is an Israeli company, an investment company. You see how much Israel is involved in capitalism, in finance and the stock market. And this is the new computer science building, built by and named after this company, Checkpoint, that does like algorithms for trading. So this is a very clear example of what students in Tel Aviv University do after they finish their degree in computer science and other scientific topics. They go to work in Checkpoint. Shaked is saying, Shaked is a fellow anti-Zionist Jewish Israeli, and he works in the high-tech industry, and he's saying Checkpoint is the biggest Israeli cybersecurity company. Yeah, okay, thank you, Shaked, for this information. But the main point is that usually, so cybersecurity, we can talk about that for a long time, but cybersecurity is also about surveillance, okay? It's about surveillance. It's about war. It's about maintaining control. But the point is that students who study in this university, usually what they do is they go to work in high-tech companies, but Israel's high-tech industry is very much entangled in the weapons industry, in the military industrial complex, okay? So you can think, I think it's an accurate way to think about the university. The university is a tool to train the future employees of the military industrial complex. Yes, Elik is looking for me. Elik, come to the Checkpoint building. Nice. I love how anarchist this live stream is. So Elik, come to the building that we went to before, where we got the coffee, and I will meet you outside that building, and then we can try to find the greenhouse, the symbol of the university being part of the takeover of the Zionist project on this space, the space that used to be the village of Sheikh Munais, which was a Palestinian village that was formed in the 18th century, close to 300 years ago, and was demolished, and its inhabitants expelled during the Nakba of 1948. So we will try to find the greenhouse, which is an even more specific symbol of the oppression. Let's see if we can see Elik. Elik, can you hear me? Elik, can you hear me? Okay, let's see. Do you have any questions? Because oh, here is Elik. Wonderful. Elik, if you can hear me through the live stream, can you please look up the greenhouse so that we can walk there and show our viewers what it's about, what is going on in the greenhouse? Do you know where the greenhouse is? Yeah.
The greenhouse?
Yeah, look it up on Google Maps. We need to go. Habayit Hayarok. We need to go there and show our viewers
That's what you told me.
yeah, the live example of Zionist occupation. Elik, you want to?
Found him.
Yeah, Elik found me. You want to lead us there? Okay, so a friend will lead us to the greenhouse, and okay, we need to go through the building. Okay. By the way, on the way I will tell you some stuff that I know. The square that we're about to go to is named after Albert Einstein. The Jewish people really love to appropriate the work and the life and the brain of Albert Einstein. But if you really listen to what Albert Einstein actually said, you will see that Albert Einstein was not a fan of Zionism, to say the least. By the way, Albert Einstein was vegetarian. He became vegetarian very late in his life, but he was a vegetarian 1 year before he died. I don't know if it's the best publicity for vegetarianism, but I think it is unrelated to his death. I think it is related to his strong moral compass and his moral backbone and his very deep and precise thinking.
Was he like anti-Zionist?
So I don't know if he was actively anti-Zionist, but I do know. Yeah. They appropriated Einstein's name. This is. Oh wow! They built another building. This used to be Einstein Square, but capitalism surges on and takes over everything, and they built another high-tech building. This is the Center for Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, named after Jan Koum. I don't know who that is, but maybe a Zionist. This used to be a square with grass that you could sit under it. The tree is now gone. Nature is now gone. The square does not exist anymore, and this ugly building is here instead of it. A lot changed since I left the university. So where is the greenhouse? We're on the way to the greenhouse. I will continue speaking about Albert Einstein.
You never run out of what to speak about.
In my brain there are too many things. I cannot say all the things.
Moments when I do live that it's like, oh shit, what I speak about now, and you just don't have it. You just like go
because
on.
I have too many things to say. Even 10 lifetimes would not be enough for me to say everything that I need to say. But but in any case, Albert Einstein was. I don't know if he proclaimed himself to be an anti-Zionist, but they did offer him to be the president of the state of Israel, and he declined. He said, I don't want to be the president of Israel, and I think that it's very clear why he declined, because he didn't want his name to be remembered together with Zionism, but it didn't help. His wishes were not listened to by the Zionist project. The Zionist project is not known for respecting the wishes of others, Jews and Palestinians alike. The Zionist project is known for doing whatever the fuck that they want to promote their own interests, and they appropriated the name and the life of Albert Einstein to promote their own interests, just because he happened to be Jewish. Oh, I don't know if we want to go out, because then it might be difficult to come back. No, okay, let's go. Let's try to find the greenhouse. Maybe you can ask the guard where the greenhouse is. Okay. We're gonna ask where the greenhouse is, because it's very. I think it's like so striking, this example. Okay, any questions that you guys have? Let's look at the chat. Let's look at the chat if there are any. לא, הבית הירוק פשוט זה נקרא. Alon, I'm loving this anti-Zionist tour. You should be a regular anti-Zionist tour guide to different places in Israel. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, maybe we can do a series, right?
Zochrot is doing stuff like this.
Yes, there is an anti-Zionist organization called Zochrot, which means remembering. So where is it? But is it far away?
No, it's a few minutes. But
What we need to go?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's show our viewers.
Okay, I hope to find it.
Yeah, we'll try to find it. Okay, so we're stepping out of the university now. I want to show you, this is the botanical garden. They formed a botanical garden. They destroy nature. Zionism destroys nature, and then it sells it back to us in processed form. This building is a botanical garden and a natural and a museum. Really? You think it's inside it? Let's try to go. Let's try to go. I don't know. So
I kind of do, but
it's dangerous. It's dangerous. They don't like it when we do it. So I was
only
talking.
they get to influence them.
Yeah. Only they get to brainwash them. So again, Museum of. You see, it says in Arabic as well, because we are so accepting. We are for equality and inclusiveness. So it says in Arabic as well. The Museum of Natural History. So colonialism takes nature and destroys nature and sells it back to us in a processed form. And this is a striking example of this. The botanical garden, instead of just letting nature be and visiting and living inside nature and enjoying nature in its wild form, what happened was that they took over nature, and now it's a reserve. They left a reserve and they put a fence around the reserve, and now if you want to go to nature, to the processed version of nature that they want to sell back to you, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. Look, violence. I don't know how to come in. I don't know how to do it. Maybe we can try. No way.
Maybe
Press the button. No, there's no button. They just won't let us in. They won't let us in.
Because it says that what we're looking for is like over there.
The greenhouse is over there. Okay. I cannot show you. I cannot show you. So Zionist oppression prevents me from showing you Zionist oppression. The small ironies of fascism. Okay, I don't know. I'm a little bit tired, so I think I will close up this live stream soon. Elik, you want to say some stuff before we finish?
What should I say? No, thank you for being with us. Continue resisting wherever you are. I think, like, it's not just people; it's everyone's task. So I don't know what people who watch this do, but yeah, it's something I always feel we need to say.
That everyone should resist together.
Yeah,
otherwise we will not be successful.
Because here it's really hard. We're doing what we can, but I think there's a lot of things that people outside can do that we can't. And there are some stuff we can do from here. Like, I feel it's meaningful to be, with Palestinians here in a ceremony, for example. I hope that we can also kind of hope that we will find people to connect to, but that's how you do it. That's how it started. Like, there are always this a bit like to feel that we are together in this, this feeling.
Okay.
Tov, yalla.
Tov. Okay, so let's finish here. Just over 2 hours. So thank you everyone who joined us for the Nakba ceremony in Tel Aviv University. Yeah, continue resisting. Free Palestine. Down with Zionism. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.